Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Scorpio? Hierophant, Taurus energy at the foundation. Scorpio, what I'm picking up here is a lot of you are coming to realize now that a lot of your purposes have to do with where you are, geographically speaking. And I've been picking this up in the past couple of Scorpio readings, but I got some different messages here around this particular subject matter. You see, the Scorpio energy is all about transformation of egoic patterns that don't serve you moving forward, or egoic patterns that need to be transmuted so you can evolve as a human, as a spiritual being, as a light worker. But in saying that, Scorpio, it's not just you that you transform. In fact, it's mostly your environments, the people around you. The Scorpio collective are grid workers. You're put in specific situations with individuals, karmic individuals that need to wake up spiritually. You're meant to transform their lives, expose the truth to them, and then you are exited from their life. A lot of you have been going through these cycles and you're unknowingly doing this. You just feel like people hate you or dislike you. You feel like a black sheep, like you don't belong. Scorpio, if you've ever felt any of those things I just said, it's because you are a high vibrational grid worker. You're sent into areas on this planet to heal, to help raise the vibration surrounding those areas or those people. Hierophant at the foundation, this is speaking to me directly about you having this connection with source energy, understanding that you are this high vibrational grid worker that's positioned in very specific locations throughout your life. A lot of you move around a lot, state to state, city to city. This is for a very specific reason. And after a lot of you go through years of doing this sort of grid work, healing other people without them really knowing it, you see, 99.9% of the time, the people that you're healing just think that you're evil, or you're an annoyance, or you are their worst enemy, something like this. And it's not until some time has passed do they realize that you were actually a blessing in their life because you woke them up to who they are meant to become. Spiritually speaking, Scorpio, this is your job inside the collective. Think about it. Like I said, Scorpio energy is the phoenix rising from the ashes, not just you, but you're meant to teach other people how to do this. And you don't even need to be conscious of this. It's just something you do unconsciously. It's just your energy. You change the entire playing field. You change how people perceive their own environment and the world. What do we have at the sacral? Wow. Two very, very opposing energies here. Both Aries energy. Emperor, Aries energy at the sacral. Tower in reverse, Aries energy at the solar plexus. This goes along perfectly with what I just said, Scorpio. This is all about you building structures, solid foundations, but only after you've brought down these faulty foundations by which all of these individuals have built their lives on. In reverse, this is all these individuals holding on to these cycles for dear life. You see, you're the last person that's sent into these people's lives, Scorpio. A lot of these people have run many, many cycles. Their negative, wicked treatment towards others with no repercussions. So then God, the divine, sends you in. You're coming up as the emperor right now at this sacral position. And you're the one who destroys the structure that they've built their life on top of. Not out of evil or not out of wickedness, but as a way to forcibly get these people to change. You see, what's very interesting here is only God can bring through the tower. Once all other tactics have failed to get these people to change, God brings the tower in. But in your life, Scorpio, you're the one who actually delivers that tower to people. Tower is also your energy, Mars energy. Scorpio energy is ruled by Pluto, and its old ruler is Mars, which also rules Aries. It's an energy of structure, but destruction must be brought before a new structure is built. You're the greatest gift that these individuals will ever know, and most of them won't even realize it until you're long gone. You are the death card, Scorpio. Like I said, Phoenix rising from the ashes. You are change personified, or else. There's something about your energy, Scorpio, where these people feel the need to try and defeat you, but you can't be defeated. Not when you're sent in on a mission like this. In fact, all their tactics against you are all accounted for. It's all a part of the karmic repercussions they now have to pay back to the universe. You are this agent, this spiritual agent of the divine, and they didn't even know it. You were right in front of their face, and they treated you like dirt. They treated you like a peasant for a lot of you. But they always have illuminated to them exactly who you are, that you're actually an anointed light worker. A lot of you held a royal position in a past life with this emperor at the sacral. These are individuals that you have gone through many life cycles with, over and over and over, as a means to get them to wake up to their karmic behaviors, getting them in line with evolution. You see, you're a soldier of evolution, Scorpio. You're here to get everybody in line. What do we have at the heart? Strength, Leo energy at the heart. You come into a lot of these individuals' lives to reflect back to them everything that's unhealed about them, the shadow work they need to do. You do this unconsciously, like I was saying. You know, I ran these cycles, many of them, countless cycles like this, and I just honestly thought that it was just the hand I was dealt. And it's only been this past few years that I have woken up to the truth, that I was sent into these individuals' lives on purpose by the divine, to wake them up, to help them without them knowing it. Like I said, they think you're their worst enemy. Now, moving forward, for a lot of you Scorpios, you have a clear understanding of how this works. And so you take all this wisdom you've gained from these cycles, and you step into this energy of purpose. You're able to build businesses for yourself, build something on a solid foundation that's in alignment with the things that you've been through in your life. I always say that your greatest struggles in life have a lot to do with your purpose. You speaking about those things, or you using those cycles you've been through as a way to bring awareness to certain energies we deal with. You are the keeper of great ancient wisdom. God holds you very close to him. You are his best light workers on this planet, Scorpios, because you're here to get people to transform. So what other zodiac house holds that specific duty? Now, every zodiac house is important, but when it comes to transformation, you are it. Like I said, you transform yourself and you transform others. You reflect back to people the darkness and horror that they put out into the world, and you actually do it from a place of love, Scorpio. This is what's so misunderstood. People think that you're their worst enemy when they couldn't possibly find a better friend. But again, they always start to realize this once you're gone, and that's okay. This is how it's supposed to go. You don't do these things in these people's lives because you want to hurt them. You do it because you love them. And like I said, in most of these cases, you weren't even conscious of this. You were just being you. A lot of these people hold hatred and darkness in their heart. They hold on to a lot of bitterness and resentment. You try to heal people and get people to release this as a means to evolve themselves spiritually. Wow. 8 of Cups at the throat. As a means to evolve them spiritually and release the resentment and the bitterness. Pisces energy with this 8 of Cups. This is all about moving on from this resentment and bitterness. This is what you try and get people to do. Move on from these karmic cycles and evolve. You are the soldier of evolution. And I just heard so clearly, the soldier of love. I haven't heard that one before for the Scorpio collective, but it's really true. A lot of you are alone too. You're the soldier of love, but you're alone. You've been put on this planet to help people find love for themselves. And you are the perfect example of it, Scorpios. Even though a lot of you are alone, you're not lonely. You hold a lot of love in your heart for humankind and yourself. A lot of you have come to a point in your life where you've never been happier, or this is the energy you're moving toward, because you understand, after running these cycles year after year, that the most important thing is to be good by yourself. Love yourself as much as you possibly can in this space of solitude, and then come back out into the world and receive real love. See, Scorpio collective have gone through cycles where they've been pulled into fake love, no reciprocity, physical connections, toxic connections. That's the path of the unawoken Scorpio. All of you must run that cycle, and then you're meant to evolve from that, but you need the wisdom from that cycle. Sadly, more Scorpios are lost to those cycles than Scorpios that actually make it out of the cycle. What do we have at the third eye? 9 of Wands, Sag energy at the third eye. And there you are. Goes along perfectly with what I just said. Having run all these cycles, Scorpio. But you made it through. This is you persisting forward despite any of these setbacks that you faced. This is an energy of resilience, determination. The Scorpio collective I'm picking up on now are Scorpios that have graduated into the next cycle, into the next phase, or you're getting ready to. Most of the Scorpios in my collective do get on this path and wake up to the truth. So just know that if you're listening to this reading now, this message is for you. This is to remind you who you are and that you are on a mission down here. You were incarnated into this life as a Scorpio for a very specific reason. And make no mistake, you signed up for the challenge. So if you feel like your life's at a dead end, things couldn't get any worse, well, congratulations. That means you're right on target. That means you're running the cycle you're supposed to be running. So hold that awareness with you and know that you have a graduation available to you. You just have to stay awake and connected to your higher self and know that you're running a cycle as a spiritual spy. And it's time to move into the next phase of the game, Scorpios. So again, if you feel like you've hit rock bottom, things are on a downward spiral in your life, then things are going just as planned. And I know that sounds dark, Scorpios, but I also know that you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. I've been there. I made it to the other side. I just made it. But it wasn't until I hit rock bottom a bunch of times. You just need to stay awake and online with higher source energy, and you will make it out. In fact, once you realize that you are on a mission, you'll be able to start navigating that particular cycle with ease and remove yourself from it. So in saying all that, Scorpios, if you're at a point in your life right now where you're struggling, you need to take a time out, connect to your spirit guides, connect to higher source energy, and receive the downloads that are trying to come through for you, trying to guide you through the matrix and out of the karmic cycle into the next phase. I feel like I'm delivering a mission statement. What do we have at the crown? Temperance, Sag energy at the crown. This goes along perfectly with what I just said. A lot of you guys are stuck inside these cycles where there's a lot of chaos around you, a lot of disruptive energies. You can't see your way forward. You can't focus. You can't hold on to these long-term visions and move forward. It's just an energy of imbalance and conflicts. Everything coming at you in excess. This is the universe trying to wake you up and bring you online, that you're right where you're supposed to be. But as long as you have this awareness that all of this is happening by design, because you're meant to wake up those people that are in those cycles with you, then Scorpios, you can have a lot of fun with this. Now, when I was running these cycles, it wasn't until the last couple of years before I launched my channel in 2020 did I start to realize that this is the path I was on. So for decades, I was running these cycles and I felt hopeless. I just felt like I was a horrible person. There was something wrong with me. And then I woke up spiritually. To be completely honest with you guys, this isn't going to be for everybody, but I really woke up once I started to see the truth around certain family members, which resulted in me deciding to quit drinking, which was 4 years ago. Once I did that, there was a certain amount of healing that started to take place. And all of a sudden, I just became this different person. I started to be able to channel through all these messages very clearly through my intuition. You see, they keep the Scorpio collective asleep through things like alcohol, drugs, toxic relationships, toxic promiscuous sex, all sorts of things that are meant to keep your vibration low. They'll use every tactic against you to keep your vibration low. They used everything against me. And so I got rid of everything, and that's when I woke up to the truth of who I am. And once I started to let go of all these chains they tried to bind me with, the alcohol, the toxic relationships, I started to be able to navigate myself inside those karmic cycles with ease. I started to see the divine design by which I was navigating in my life. And God, every single day, was right there with me, helping me navigate that matrix. Got me out and landed me right where I am now, functioning inside of my purpose. And the reason why it took so long for the divine to wake me up is because I was meant to be asleep for that period of time. I was meant to wake up exactly when I did, because now I have this abundance of wisdom that I can now give to all of you. This is the same for all of you. A lot of you are starting to have these awakenings now. You're starting to feel yourself come online. Things that you once consumed or gave your energy to, you no longer feel interested in these things anymore. You're growing apart from people. This is all a part of the spiritual evolution. You are waking up to who you are, Scorpios. So pay attention. As we move into 2023, the Scorpio collective is becoming very, very powerful. 2023 is going to be a fantastic year for a lot of you. For all of you that are doing this work, you're going to see nothing but growth. As long as you stay on this path to spiritual evolution, the growth will never stop. It stops when you stop. And I can speak from personal experience. You keep going, and the growth keeps coming. So don't allow these cycles to pull you back in, put you back to sleep. I know it's hard. You know, we want to have fun. We want to live lives and all this stuff, which you can still do. But you're being called to live a much better quality of life, Scorpios. Standing in your truth of who you really are. You're not meant to be a part of the matrix way of living. You're supposed to be a high vibrational light worker living inside of the matrix because you're here on a tour of duty. That and that alone is your truth, Scorpios. What do we have at the foundation, please? Let's see what demons are trying to keep my Scorpio's root chakra blocked. 4 of Pentacles, Vol 4. I should have known. And see, I've spoken about this a lot. This is one of the tactics they use on the Scorpio collective. Scorpio, if you haven't seen my readings before, these next few cards I read as reversals. They're demon energies. These are energies that are going to show up in the people around you, karmic individuals, or it's your own self-talk or your own self-doubt that you hold within inside yourself. Things that essentially hold you back. Okay, so I read these as reversals. So this is Four of Pentacles in reverse. This is the energy of a poverty mindset, lack in all areas of your life. It's a very vulnerable kind of energy. A lot of your family members, people around you, hold this energy. These are the type of people who put a touch of gray on everything you do. There's a little bit of lack drizzled over everything. No, you can't do this. You'll never pull off that. Give it up, blah, blah, blah. I don't think you should do that. That's the energy of a poverty mindset. When you have that poverty mindset, it results in all the other areas in your life that also fall under this energy of poverty. So it starts spilling over into your money. All of your friendships, relationships have this touch of lack to it. So in saying that, you find yourself losing things all the time because you don't feel that you are good enough. This is a tactic that's been used on the Scorpio collective from the moment you were birthed into this life cycle. Poverty mindset is one of the most wicked tactics that an individual can use against another individual. For a lot of you, like I said, this was family members. These individuals are going to pay harshly for having put you through this, making you feel like you're less than. But just know, if you are feeling that in your life, Scorpios, there is a reason for that. It was done by design. And I know this energy very well because it's what happened to me. I was just meant to feel like I was a big loser, to give it up, I'll never accomplish anything. When I clearly had gifts and talents that everybody could see, those closest to me told me that I was nothing. I was never ever supported, ever. It was fake support. You know, the kind of support that somebody gives you and then they walk away and roll their eyes. This poverty mindset does take time to transmute, Scorpio. So even once you've stepped into the new phase and you're under the spiritual evolution, you'll still feel this heaviness. But there's a reason why we need to feel the heaviness of these cycles for a period of time after we've been removed from the cycle, because there's wisdom that we need to gain. We need to understand just how evil and dark these energies are. You know, I still feel that energy. Not a lot, but sometimes I do. But now, because I'm aware of it, I'm able to bounce back very quickly. I know that it's some projection. It's some residual energy. So just be very aware of this, Scorpios. If you are feeling this way, just know that's not actually who you are. And that's not your own energy. Those are not your thoughts. It's a projection. Stay connected. Hierophant right above this Four of Pentacles in reverse. And you'll be able to navigate yourself through this energy. But this is one of the tactics they use on the Scorpio collective. You'll never pull it off, right? It makes sense considering we're the 8th house of transformation. What do we have at the sacral? Ace of Cups, beer, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy at the sacral. And this is exactly the result of this projection of poverty, leaving you feeling very drained, empty, mentally and physically barren, feeling very blocked, like you can't see your way forward. There's a heaviness around you. You don't even know what it is. You just feel like something's weighing you down. It's like a spiritual lead blanket. God, I know that energy so well. That's energy work, Scorpios. That's root work. Trying to do things to affect your foundation, your money, how you perceive yourself, how you show up in the universe, how you show up inside the collective. They're going straight for your self-confidence, because a high vibrational Scorpio builds their entire foundation on their confidence. So of course, that's what they're going to go after. I just heard, for some of you, these are females in your family. Mothers, sisters. antis, people who are jealous of you, jealous of your spiritual gifts, jealous of where you're going in your life. So rather than do the work on themselves, they think it's easier just to stop you in your tracks so you don't make them look bad. What do we have? The solar plexus? The sun. Boon at the solar plexus, Leo energy. Sun reverse is an energy of lacking success. Always having some sort of lingering doubt in yourself. This is what these individuals did to you. And see, the thing is, the Scorpio collective will find that you see these traits in your families, and then you go out into the world, you're living your life, you become an adult, and you start dating people that hold the same energy. You have friends that have the same energy. But for a lot of you, you don't wake up to this until you come online spiritually, like I was speaking about. You start to see all these parallels in relation to all these individuals that have been in your life. You start to wonder if some of these people were actually clicking up together behind the scenes. For some of you, they were. People that you didn't even know knew each other. Your sisters, your mothers, calling up exes, speaking untruths about you, stuff like this. Just really, really nasty, wicked behavior. There's an energy here of not being able to focus on anything positive in your life. If you're feeling that as well, that's another sign of energy work. There's no reason that you should ever feel that way. Let me just clarify that, Scorpio. If you're feeling dragged down, weighed down, depressed, suffering with anxiety, stuff like this, it's because there's energy work being done on you. There's no reason you should ever feel that way. It's environmental. These are all signs of energy work, root work. All of this has been illuminated to you by the universe so you can wake up from this. What do we have at the heart? Wow, this goes along perfectly with what I just said here. Six of Cups, Scorpio energy, Fornius, fruitless labor. So this is an energy of people telling you that your expectations for yourself are unrealistic, right? Like I said, these are one of the tactics they utilize to stop you from moving forward. This is an energy that wants you to live in the past. Remember when? Remember when I was balling? You know, all this sort of stuff. The whole focus is on the past. There's no forward focus. There's no planning for the future. A lot of your parents are like this as well. They're just living for yesterday. I just heard alcohol abuse. I feel like some of you came from families where there's a lot of alcohol abuse. But these are individuals that are trying to tell you how to live your life, right? They have no identity of their own. They just have a planter's peanut for a head, right? Kind of looks like something else too, but we won't get into that right now. Fruitless labor. Oh no, that's not going to bear any fruit. You'll never be a success at that. You'll never be able to pull all that off. You know, I had a family member that was discouraging me from doing this when I was a few months in. Kept calling me, wonder if I had given up yet. You know, obviously I've cut this individual out of my life now. It's been nearly 2 years since I've spoken to this individual, and I never plan on speaking to them ever again. But just know, Scorpios, if people are trying to discourage you in that manner, that's your sign to keep going. Don't listen to anybody. You listen to God, the divine, your spirit guides only. We have the divine right here at the foundation of the reading. This is a message from the divine right here. This is your message of support. This is your mission statement, Scorpios. You are protected. You may feel alone. Some of you may be alone, but you are not alone at all. You have a whole army of spirit guides around you, and it only becomes stronger, and there's only more of them. The more you align with your higher self, and you step into this energy of evolution and wake up to who you are, you have a whole organization of spirits working around you. You have a whole network of spirit guides working around the clock every single day, every second of your life when you step into this energy. And again, I speak from experience. Whenever I sit down to do my readings, I don't just sit down and start throwing cards around. I prepare myself. So I have a network of spirit guides that prepare me. They tell me what I need to say. They give me an entire blueprint. Most of the time I'll sit down and I don't know what I'm going to talk about, or I don't know how to deliver what I'm thinking I'd like to talk about. And then as soon as I hit record on my camera and pick up my decks of cards, it floods through. It's quite profound when it happens. I can't really even explain it, but it always happens. It's always there waiting for me. It's like they've laid out the mission statement right in front of me. And then we move into the angel energy. So we go from the demons to the angels, Scorpio. O male, Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy, fertility and multiplicity. This is an energy of creative strength. It's an energy of power. A lot of you are working on all sorts of new projects, things that have to do with your struggles, your purpose. Keep going. 2023 is going to see a lot of growth for you. If you're feeling stagnated or you're not seeing the growth that you would like to see, Scorpios, it's because there's more clearing that needs to be done in your auric environment. I was working on things really hard in my life for years, and I wasn't seeing any growth. And now a lot of those things that I've gone back to work on, that I was working on years ago where I never saw any growth, all of a sudden there's just no resistance. I see growth now because I don't have those specific energies around me, those people. I don't entertain these specific behavioral patterns. So in saying all that, if you're feeling resistance in your life, it's because something needs to be sacrificed in your life. Something needs to be let go of. Okay? So just go through and really analyze all areas of your life and see where things can be improved or see where things can be let go of. Okay? Because there's no reason you should be feeling resistance. If you are, it's because something's up. Something needs to be removed from your energetic environment. What do we have at the throat? Goes along perfectly with what I just said. King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Luia, the exalted god. Victory. Grants victory and protection from lightning. So this really does clarify what I just said here. Okay? King of Swords is an energy of strategy. It's a very analytical kind of energy. It's an energy of taking action. Okay? Taking leadership over your life. Accepting the truth that there might be things in your life, Scorpios, that you still need to let go of. You know, more times than not, people come to me for tarot readings and they'll send me their questions and I read the questions and it's like they've answered their own questions without me even having to do it for them. But for some reason, they can't see it because there's sort of like an illusion, okay, to where they can't see the truth. They can't see that these specific things that they're asking me to pull energy on are actually holding them back. I've done so many readings now, whether it's personal readings or these collective readings, I just know how this energy works. And a lot of the time, these things that you need to let go of are right in front of your face, screaming at you. But the illusion is so strong, you just can't see the truth. There's fear in releasing a lot of these cycles. It was very hard for me to release all the people I did. It became easier as time went on. Now it's just not even a thing. I've released so many people in my life. So now when I come in contact with people, I have this very, very strong discernment that I utilize. It helps me move forward and decide if certain individuals have a place in my life. You are gifted with discernment once you release all the individuals in your life that don't align with your higher self and where you're going spiritually. 100% of the time, every Scorpio on this planet that is on this path to being the light worker, the healer, however that shows up for you working inside of your purpose, are birthed into circles of people that are not for you. This is what the Matrix does. It's like the Matrix knows that you're about to be incarnated into a life cycle down here, and they assign these demons to you. So as soon as you come online, as soon as you're birthed into a coven of demons. We are inside the Matrix. Like I said, we're on a tour of duty. We're meant to wake up to this and then help create awareness and help raise the collective vibration. Once you step into this energy of purpose, you can't be touched. They'll never stop trying to come at you. They'll never stop throwing energy manipulation at you, but you'll just become more and more used to it. It will become something that you start to laugh about. And the flip side to that is, Scorpios, once you start to realize how this works, you start to see that when they do throw this energy manipulation at you, however that shows up for you, when you do get stuck inside any sort of cycle with these individuals, there's huge blessings attached to this. When you graduate on from those cycles and you expose those individuals energetically speaking, you are blessed highly. It becomes a game, and it becomes easier and easier to get these wins. Most of you don't even have to do anything. You just need to keep functioning inside of your purpose and living your best life. That's it. And you get win after win. It doesn't stop. It doesn't go away. But you must use your discernment, Scorpios. This is very important. Use your intuition. How do you feel when you're around certain people? Do you feel sick? Do you feel uneasy? If you're not listening to your intuition, then you'll start to have these physical symptoms. Sick to your stomach, headaches, drained when you're around certain people. Pay attention to all of this. Looking back now, oh my God, it was so clear around all these specific individuals in my life that the divine was right there screaming at me. And when I refused to listen to my intuition, they would do things to me physically to wake me up to it. And for me, it's so I can speak about it now and tell you guys this is how this shows up. What do we have at the third eye? Justice, Libra energy, Kalel at the third eye. The invocable God makes truth known in court, causes innocence to prevail. This is an energy of you understanding now, Scorpio, and accepting the truth. This is an energy of balance. It's an energy of actually having this clear logic and understanding of how this energy works in your life. It's an energy of you understanding the spiritual laws of energy. And you play a huge role in this here. You hold the scales. And this energy I was picking up here, I feel is depicted perfectly with this Justice card. That is you. This is how you show up in these individuals' lives. They don't see you like that. They're blindfolded to you, right? You're here to save them, whether they want to accept that or not. You're here to save them from themselves and the indoctrination that they've been under inside of the Matrix, the Luciferian agenda. You're here to save them from that. What do we have at the crown to close that for Scorpio, please? Ace of Cups at the crown to close out the reading. So we have Ace of Cups twice. We have the demon and we have the angel. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Netheo, God, the King of Heaven. Rejuvenation, obtains the mercy of God and gives long life. So this really does close out this reading perfectly here, Scorpio. This is an energy of emotional strength, emotional balance. This is how you achieve this evolution in your life, is through emotional balance and emotional strength. Walking away from everything that doesn't serve you because you have a very specific mission in this life. And this is you also receiving blessings, an award for all your work inside the collective. This is a reading of spiritual awakening of your soul's path and purpose in this lifetime. Scorpio, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, if you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like a personal reading. All that information can be found in the description below. And thank you for your donations, Scorpios. Take care.